Hi guys, it's Foye, but you can call me Foye.
Hey, this is Lola, but you can call me Lola if you like.
Hi, this is Velisa, and you can call me Velisa if you want. And this is the Everybody Hates HR pod, episode 32.
Woo!
And there's 3 of us.
And we're back. Yes. And I love that for us.
I know, it's been a minute.
Has
Been a real minute.
Reunited and it feels so good.
go on, next line.
Does anyone actually know the next line? Exactly. I was like, who knows the next line?
That's it for me,
I
boy.
definitely don't know the next line.
And we all went to work today.
Listen,
We did.
Look at us,
working girls.
working girls.
I know.
I don't like that for us.
Me either. It's
I
not
know.
the soft life.
It's
that
not
we
the
need.
soft life.
No.
It's definitely not.
But we
Working is
made
the
it.
go.
We made it. We here.
Yeah. How's everyone's week been?
Good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been tiring, to be honest. I feel like I'm ready for Christmas.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I'm ready for that wind down, end of year, Christmas slow down period where you're just going for lunches and doing all your Christmas stuff. And I'm ready for that. Yeah. So
I had a work lunch today, actually.
That's cute. Where'd you go?
Ivy Asia.
nice.
With a recruiter, actually.
Cutesy.
I know.
Trying to get some business.
No, I've been giving her business, to be fair.
Can keep
I think it was
business.
more like a thank
Thanks.
you. I was like, you're welcome.
I won't spoil it, but I did watch Black Panther.
Yeah, don't.
Same. Like it.
You're
Gosh.
the only person that's given me that face.
Okay, no. And you can't even read.
I don't want to spoil it.
No,
Don't spoil it.
Don't
I haven't
spoil it.
watched
But
it.
talk about is it the ending you didn't like? Is it the
The ending was the bit that actually got me. That actually I was like, okay, no. But the actual film itself, the first one was better for me.
Yeah, I feel like the first one was better. Yeah, that's fair. But I think both were good.
It's like I felt like this was a bit more like Disney, a bit more like for children.
I feel like they just had to kind of get over the whole, like, obviously Chadwick do the like tribute, and this was really about next Black Panther and stuff like that. I feel like it was going to be hard.
I am
going
gonna watch it again though, because I watch all Marvel films twice, so maybe I'll change my mind.
Why do you watch all Marvel?
Why'd you do
films
that?
I just feel like you need to sometimes take in
twice? Let it marinate.
again. Yeah.
Interesting.
I can't do that. I can only watch something. The only thing I ever watched twice in quick succession was Avatar. I'm very excited for
Oh,
the
that's
second
coming
one.
out.
Yeah, that's coming out in December, isn't it?
But I can't watch things twice like that. And some things. What if even if you don't like it the first time?
Depends on what. Like, I'll never watch Nope again.
That's exactly what I was thinking. In my head, yeah, I was literally thinking, like, I could never. I was thinking of that exact film.
Yeah,
The
I
fact
love
that
Daniel. I love Kiki, but that film,
Same. To be honest,
nope.
I feel like both of you. I think I mentioned that I might have been going to watch it, and I feel like you guys should have stopped me.
I haven't watched it.
Did I watch it before you?
But
You
it's
told
not
me,
my
you told me
type
it
of
wasn't good,
movie.
but you didn't tell me
You
you didn't emphasize it enough. You didn't
Yeah.
tell me, no, don't waste your time, don't waste your money.
That was a waste of time.
And I really like Kiki.
Yeah, I love Kiki. I love.
I saw a video of her
Daniel.
twerking the other day.
Did she?
Was
Like,
that actually her though?
yeah, apparently it was. She would like. She said it was her. Did she not?
Was it not a
thought
joke?
I thought she was joking.
Oh, really? It
Yeah.
looks
Layla,
like
don't be
her.
an auntie.
Believe in the WhatsApp.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it
Send it the
fake news?
WhatsApp broadcast.
Oh my god, I got one from one auntie recently. What was it saying? It's like Martin Lewis says that the bank scammers are sending you a text message, and whenever as soon as you open it, your money's gone. I was like, Martin Lewis definitely didn't say that. How can you be using Uncle Martin's name like that?
Oh my gosh.
That's so funny.
Sorry, just one more thing before we move on to HR stuff. Can I just say that SK is a wicked person. If you watch Love is Blind,
watch
yeah, SK is so wicked. I'm not even a Raven fan like that, you know. She's not my favorite. I didn't really like anyone on this season, to be honest. But
Is it the UK one?
No.
it's US Love is Blind.
Oh, Love is Blind, not Married at First Sight.
Yeah, it's on Netflix, and I just despise what SK has done. He's basically been cheating on on Raven.
Relentlessly cheating on Raven.
Yeah, with a Caucasian woman.
Multiple Caucasian
After saying on Love is Blind on a global platform, oh, you know, my dad was involved in polygamy, that I don't want that to be me, blah, blah, blah. And this is why Nigerian men get a bad name, because like we didn't want this for SK and Raven, and then he's like, you know, proving what people say about the whole Yoruba demon thing. He's just bringing it all. Yeah, he's just bringing it all to life.
I appreciate the stance that you're taking as a non-Nigerian, but as a Nigerian, like, okay, Yoruba men. You know what it is? Yeah, I feel like Yoruba people in general. If we want to do something, we'll just put our whole heart into it. So if you want to be a good boyfriend or husband, you will really be the best.
If you want to be wicked,
and if you want to be wicked, that person they will never love again. Like, you will really finish them. That's it. They'll be done.
But I don't know why in 2022 it's always still a shock that this is how like Yoruba men are.
No,
I feel like Raven was
it's not
naive
all,
though. I feel like Raven doesn't have the context.
Stereotype. Yeah, but no, that's not good enough. I'm sorry.
And I would just like to say, one of her friends, so
it's wicked.
She came on her friend was in the show, and
she's a clout chaser.
Yeah, she didn't really like the guy SK Shokumi. Is that his name? Was it? Wasn't his name? No, I made that name up. That's not what his name was. But
Velisa's like, what's that?
I thought it was that when they said SK, but I can't actually remember what his real name was. But anyway, they didn't like him in the show, and then after she came on TikTok to be like, "I'm Raven's friend. This is me," and pointing at herself.
She's a
like,
clout chaser.
I said that he wasn't any good. Look what he's been doing. These times, your friend hasn't even spoken herself.
Exactly.
And you've come on to do. I told you so. I feel like they can't really be friends.
Nah, she's horrible.
That's not nice.
She's literally horrible.
Can you imagine?
Horrible.
But yeah, like I fully support that message, Velisa. And SK, you're not welcome on our podcast
Ever. You stay in school. I go to Berkeley.
What?
He was he's just an idiot. Like he was actually like
How old is he?
He's too old to be doing that nonsense. He was what, 30
something? Yeah, Raven's 27.
Yeah. But to be honest, that show is full of mad people. I do recommend you watch it. It's full of mad people.
So I should watch it.
Yeah.
No, but you really like what I've learned from that show is that certain people, they don't see it themselves, but when you watch them, you can see their trauma just screaming at you through the screen.
Yeah.
Like people's trauma is really Zenab. What's that guy? The one that was with Colleen.
Oh, Matt. He's crazy. He's a walking red flag.
He literally has got so much trauma. His ex-wife basically cheated on him and got pregnant with another man. Ooh. And obviously now he can never trust again. I mean, it's understandable.
So he started moving mad when Colleen went to the club. She's 25.
It's understandable that he feels that he has trust issues.
No, he's
don't
mad.
you not have trust issues after
but
that?
don't come on the show then.
You're not ready.
Heal.
Yeah, you're not ready.
And then you've got again. I'm so sorry. This is way off topic. The last thing I'm gonna say. Baptiste, yeah.
He's another wicked man.
He's a ridiculous person.
There was a conversation.
No, there was a conversation.
If he's dead high top.
He's dead. He looks like a microphone.
Where's he from?
He's mixed. He's African American and
son
and non-African American.
Yeah, we don't even need to. We don't care.
There was a conversation, yeah. Like one of those things where you don't want your family to like your partner. So they also had a conversation about abortion, which is obviously a very sensitive subject. And she had said if she had a severely disabled child, she would consider, and they found out before she was pregnant, she would consider having a termination.
And it was because she's a children's speech therapist, so she sees certain things. Okay. Yeah,
and she just like it can ruin. It's not the child doesn't have a happy life, the good quality of life. It can tear families apart.
Right.
He said, I can't believe you said that. Like, I would love the child either way, which is also a fair point. Where he lost me was where he said, oh, do you know what? I think if the child was disabled, we should just keep the child. But if you're young and you're dumb, then you get one pass. So you can have one abortion. But anything after that, you have to keep it.
Wait, what?
Yeah. And then she met
I don't even know. What does that mean?
He said that he doesn't believe in abortion, but if you have a
slip up,
you can have one pass.
Oh, okay.
And then she met his parents and his sister for the very first time, and he brought up that conversation.
And his sister cried,
burst into tears.
His sister's also
she's an idiot.
She's an idiot. Why are you crying?
It's not about you.
Is that a real baby? Is it your life?
It's not.
Mate,
We've really digressed.
We've digressed.
If anyone wants us on the Love is Blind podcast, then
do you know what?
They have a podcast.
If we had like a entertainment or current affairs pod, yeah. it
Oh,
would
no,
be-
I think I'll get cancelled really quickly.
Yeah, no, you would. Velisa would get cancelled ASAP.
I don't think so,
There'd
you
be
know.
like three episodes and it's done.
You know, people say unpopular opinion, but it's a popular opinion. I feel like
Yeah,
that's
but no
you.
one
Yeah,
wants to
but
say
no
it.
one says the unpopular
Yeah.
opinion.
So people
Not on a
performatively cancel me.
podcast.
Yeah. Whilst continuing to
We
listen.
know what happens to the people that say the unpopular opinions out loud.
It's true.
Well, moving on to HR. What's been in the news? What's going on from a HR perspective?
So I feel like we should start with, it's kind of HR, but it's also like current affairs, which is the World Cup.
Ooh.
Big up all the black football players for England that scored today.
Didn't
This
they
is the
score?
second week in a row you're talking about football. This is a football podcast now.
Might as well be.
Filthy fellas, touchline fracas, counter attack, everybody holla at me.
Lisa's been dying for it. Somebody take her.
I think I'll be really good, you know.
I think you would.
Gold diggers,
You're
anyone.
definitely-
I actually think you
shout out
would.
gold diggers.
You
Yeah.
would.
You'll definitely get cancelled though, but that's fine.
But yeah, so the World Cup is happening in Qatar, and there's just a lot of controversy surrounding the fact that Qatar is holding the World Cup. We'll talk about that, and then we'll also go into the fact that last week Foye and I spoke about Virgin Atlantic and, you know, them having uniforms that weren't for any genders, and you just do wear what you feel comfortable in. But Virgin Atlantic flew the England team to Qatar for the World Cup, and Virgin Atlantic chose to suspend basically that freedom for their staff, and they've said it was safety reasons, but the floor is yours.
I just don't get it. Like, is it? And it's so soon after, like, they announced it and everything. They knew that they were taking these guys to Qatar. They knew that they were like, when are these new safety concerns? Has something happened since that has changed the, like, when you make a big decision like that, you look at the destination that you fly to, you look at any high profile things you have, like taking the England team to the World Cup, and you'll know what has changed.
Not much.
It doesn't, and I can't believe it's for safety. Like, there's ways, if you wanted to manage the safety of your team, there's better ways to do it.
I think it's a cop out.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, it's just a cop out.
Yeah, I think that there was just too much money involved
Yeah.
for Virgin to say no, because really and truly what they should have said is, if our staff can't wear what they want, then we can't fly the
we're
England
not-
team.
we're not the-
That's what they
yeah,
should have done,
we're
and
not
left
the
it to
airline.
good old dry BA. I have no vendetta against them, but
But
and just left them to do it. Do you know what I mean?
why don't BA do it anyway, though? I just feel like for the England team, shouldn't it be British Airways?
Because it's British. Is that why
It's
you're saying
not really it's not like a national
Yeah.
airline.
But it's like tell me if I'm being just
No,
ignorant
I get
here.
it. No,
Is
I get
British
it.
Airways not the line for Britain?
It's not like a national airline.
Yeah,
It's just the
I don't know.
biggest. And they're called British Airways. I don't know if it was ever like government owned or anything like that. But really and truly, BA, they don't deserve that.
Yeah,
that
and maybe
power.
England picked them picked Virgin because of their diversity and stuff, you know, and then
Yeah, they probably did.
yeah,
They
and then
probably
they've
did.
said nah.
Do Virgin get paid to, or is it just the advertisement that they get?
They
Like,
100% must get paid.
They must get paid, yeah.
Virgin get paid, but then
They
that's
must.
It's their
the
plane.
publicity enough is like. Do you know what I mean? The publicity itself, is it not like
No, they need to
They
get
must
paid.
get
It's-
paid.
you're asking if the big Richard Branson allowed
no?
his
But
company
like
to.
I'm saying, like not they obviously maybe they don't get paid in money. Maybe it's like worth it because like everyone is going to be watching. It's going to be all over social media. No,
Nah,
They got
Wow.
paid.
yeah. Be the equivalent of just hiring a coach, right? They hired
Yeah.
Virgin Atlantic.
Yeah, to take them. I just feel like they could have done more to try and show, you know, solidarity and allyship with the people that are flying the squad to Qatar, unless they picked people who do identify with X gender and X
But then
gender,
is that
and
like-
then wore that. Do you know, like
But
specifically
that would be
chose them?
unfair. Yeah, that
Yeah.
would be like someone. That would kind of be like discrimination. Someone you wouldn't. People wouldn't be able to have that big opportunity because of their. Do you know what I mean? I don't
It's
think they'd be able to
true.
do that.
It's true, but I don't know. I just thought they could have just shown more allyship than, you know, said maybe. I understand that Qatar have their own rules and laws and beliefs, but then they could have said, okay, you can wear it on the plane, feel free, but when you land, for your own safety, we're gonna have to ask you to blah blah blah, and ask them how they
Yeah.
feel
Would
about that.
recommend.
Yeah,
I don't even think it's about that. You know, the more I think about it, the more I'm thinking it's just because they're going to be in the public eye, and it's like one of those things where a lot of football. Think about football fans and people that are going to be watching it. Are like, if you talk about stereotypical football fans, like, is that something that they're going to support? Do you know what I mean? Like, they don't even want to like support taking a knee. Like, it's not like realistically with the reputation football has, it's not like inclusion is always at the center of in fans' minds. Won't it just be like, won't some of the fans just feel like, well, why are you doing that? I think it's more about reputation and if people would like it than genuine safety concerns.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I think safety
I agree,
concerns
yeah.
is a cop out.
Yeah,
it's got nothing
definitely.
to do with safety.
yeah.
I think you're right, but again, personally, if that's the case, I feel like they shouldn't have advertised the way that they did a couple of weeks ago. At least let this pass then, and then come out with it, because now it looks like
It's just
you're
silly.
a bit, you know,
Flip floppy.
yeah,
Even UK government.
you know, performative
Yeah.
moves.
Yeah,
That's what it's given now. Whereas last week we were like, "Oh, that's amazing, that's
It's true.
great," and now
It's
I'm like,
true.
a bit suspicious. So
it's not good. It's not good.
no,
Aren't the England team gonna take the knee?
Oh, I don't
I
know if
thought
they'll
they
take it
were.
now,
Yeah,
but I'm saying
I
that
think,
like
no, I think they're supposed to if they have
in-
World Cup.
Really?
Yeah.
But they stopped doing it now, haven't they?
Mm-hmm.
but have the England team stopped doing it?
I don't know.
I think so.
I didn't even know they were going to do it at all. I mean, they played today, and I don't know.
Yeah,
They
and
did
they
it.
didn't wear their
The band.
their armbands in support
It was
of the
captain, right, that was supposed to wear
LGBTQ
it.
Harry Kane. Yeah, but they said that if he wore it, then everyone would get a yellow card. So
Imagine
they
the whole
decided
team
against
just
it.
getting a yellow card.
And that was FIFA's decision, which is like, definitely we need to keep Qatar happy and we don't want to mess with our money. So
But
yeah, don't wear the armbands.
but my thing is, why would FIFA try to keep Qatar happy?
Because
'Cause it has-
Qatar have spent 220 billion on the World Cup.
Yeah, but they've done it now. Like, do you get what I mean? It's done.
There's still relationships, corruption,
I al-
promises that we don't know
I
about.
also feel like it's Qatar. Like, again, unpopular opinion, but you knew
Yeah, 100%.
you knew what this country was about. Like, why are
Yeah.
you coming and acting like, you know, if we have the World Cup here, we should be able to dictate exactly how you feel about people or feel about stuff like LGBTQ like issues. You knew at the time, 12 years ago, it was even worse.
Piers Morgan spoke on this.
Piers
And it was-
Morgan is hilarious.
Yeah, but it's the first time that a lot of people actually agreeing with him.
Yeah, a broken clock is
He
right
does-
twice a day.
exactly. He does it every now and again just to make sure everyone thinks he's not like a massive racist, homophobic,
He's massively
Islamophobic somebody.
Yeah, he's massively performative. Like, that's not the hill that he should be dying on. If you go to an Islamic country,
Yeah.
why are you trying to
their
force?
rules.
Yeah, like, just respect
I get it.
the culture that you're visiting.
And if
So-
you don't respect that culture,
Don't
then
go.
Don't go.
Don't
Yeah.
go. It's that
don't
simple.
go.
Don't
Like,
go.
it's that deep. Like, if you really wanted to take a stand, you would say, if they cared that much, they would have said, we're going to make a stand. We're not going to do the World Cup. You don't care.
Yeah.
You don't care. What's an armband going to do? Like,
Yeah,
and when
that's actually true.
They just
They
saw the
don't.
money and said, "Yo," because it was an afterthought. Like, the World Cup is not usually in November. you know, but because they didn't think about how hot it was going to be in Qatar in summer, and then they had to move
But there
it
was
to
all
November.
those allegations of like bribery and stuff. isn't
Yeah,
it?
of
Yeah,
course.
but that 100% went down. Like,
Because it don't make no sense.
There's
they
a
bribed their way through
there's a
that.
documentary on Netflix called FIFA something, I can't remember, but it's all about the corruption.
Is it? But
Yeah.
is that the How to Win the World Cup one?
No,
Oh.
no, it's called FIFA something. It's all about the corruption. Like talks about recent times of like how Russia got the World Cup, but no one was talking about how unsafe Russia is for ethnic minorities. I didn't hear no noise about Russia when
When
they got
was
the
this
World
though?
Cup.
And the LGBTQ community
When
as
did
well.
when did Russia
FIFA uncovered
host the World Cup?
4 years ago. So it was
Oh,
like,
it's not long.
the
There
World
was
Cup's every 4
definitely
years.
social media coverage back then.
Yeah.
They did it in South Africa, and again, it's not. It doesn't have South Africa doesn't have the best reputation for women's safety.
Yeah.
Doesn't have the best reputation for LGBTQ.
Do you know what it is? Yeah.
right.
It's not all of that stuff. Do you know what's getting to the English people? The no
Drinking,
alcohol.
the drinking,
That's what's
yeah,
making
that's
people
a fact.
talk.
But again, that's the country you've gone to. You have to accept
Yeah, but if they
that,
could
that you
drink, we
can't
wouldn't be
enforce
hearing
that.
all this other stuff.
It's true.
No,
I
but they
agree
could
with you.
drink until the other day, innit? Like in theory, they
Yeah.
were going to be able to drink.
At the stadium, yeah.
Yeah. I think people were just talking all sorts of rubbish about, oh, you don't, like, you know, people that don't have a conscious bone in their body coming to say this is you've never cared about any of these issues, and suddenly now it's
They're
time.
they're the ones that their voices are the loudest. Their voices are always the loudest. It's just like,
Who's the guy that wanted to burn the money?
Joe Lycett.
Joe Lycett. Yeah.
spoke about him
I-
last week too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think he's just a ridiculous person. Like, not for what he obviously like might have good intention, but in a cost of living crisis, threatening and then pretending he said he didn't actually burn it, but threatening and then pretending to burn £10,000 to try and strong arm one of the
David Beckham.
David Beckham
David Beckham.
into doing what you want is mad to me.
Like, very.
I just think it was really performative, to be honest. I know like people won't agree with that, but I just think
pretty-
it
I
was
think a lot of people
performative.
will
Like
agree with it.
you pretended to shred fake money, you then shredded an image of David Beckham, and then you said, oh, actually I didn't shred the money, I donated 10k to whatever charity it was. Like it was an LGBTQ plus charity, which is great, but you could have just done that.
Yeah.
You could have just said, you know, based on what's going on, because
Yeah.
he's got his own platform. He's not a nobody. Like he has a following. So he could have just said, with everything going on with Qatar, I want to highlight this charity. I'm donating this much. You should also donate to this
Yeah.
charity. Why are you dragging people like David Beckham into it? Because he's a gay icon. Like, let's not do that. Because he's a footballer first and
But
foremost.
what I
Yeah.
don't understand is why you go for David Beckham if you really want to like. There's literally footballers who are playing in the game.
Yeah, go
like,
for the captain.
Yeah,
Go for Harry Kane.
That's true.
at Harry Kane and
That's
say Harry
true.
Kane. I'm gonna like. Why?
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Did David Beckham respond?
No, and
of course
I'm
he
glad he
didn't.
didn't.
Yeah. That's
he
the
responding for?
best thing to do.
Yeah.
David Beckham knew where he was going. He knew what he was going to do.
It's a trap. It's a setup. Like there's no.
The moment he would have
outcome.
responded, it would have just been a
Yeah.
spiral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. I just don't think Qatar was the right decision, but money speaks. So
But I don't feel like they've even achieved what they wanted to achieve.
what do you mean?
As in Qatar, I don't think what they thought was going to happen. As in, I thought that they would think, okay, now people are going to want to come a lot more like a holiday destination, very similar to like Abu Dhabi or Dubai, or kind of just be like, you can come here. And now I feel like it's almost backfired. And I don't think they'll get that sort of response.
They should have done it in a like you see Dubai. They did Expo 2020 where they had like the Expo Village and all of that kind of stuff. They should have done something like that because Qatar is not a footballing nation. Do you know what I mean? So everyone was always going to say something about it, and then they've just been showing their arse since. Like they paid people to be fans.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, the accommodation is apparently, like you were saying, trash. The fans that they have in the crowd, they don't even look like they want to be there. Like, there's just so many, like, they said there was going to be alcohol and then they changed it. Like,
there was never going to be alcohol, by the way. That's just my opinion.
They've just done so many things that it's not something people be like, oh, I really wish I was there. Yeah. Now it's just like, mate, people just think it's a shambles.
Yeah. The stadium's not even finished, right?
Is it not?
There's still like scaffolding and stuff in certain areas.
Really?
How can it not be finished? And it's not even like they didn't, when they like building it with slaves, like, respectfully,
the migrant workers, horrible.
They were dying as well, sacrificing their lives to the stadium.
Yeah, they haven't. It's not a good look for them at all.
No, not at all.
Gosh, goodness. Moving on.
That's the end of our football podcast.
Yeah, that's the end of our football podcast. What else are we discussing today? We are discussing. The budget, the autumn budget that Jeremy Hunt announced. Was it last week or week before?
It was last week. No, it was last week.
Last week. Time flies, I don't know.
I think it was last week.
You have to get me up to speed because I don't actually know what the budget is.
So the only things that I really remember from the budget is that they're reversing Liz Truss's stamp duty rules from 2025.
Okay.
Minimum wage is going up, I think.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah. Minimum wage is going up.
Is the personal allowance, anything happen with the personal allowance?
It's frozen until 2028 or 2026. Can't remember. Sorry. This is
okay.
I'm giving really inaccurate
personal
facts.
Allowance,
but it's frozen for a significant amount of time.
But freezing personal allowance when there's inflation as it is basically
it's
the
rude.
personal allowance is going down.
It's not going to be the same.
Till 2026 or 8 as well. That's quite some time.
Oh, but anyone who doesn't know what the personal allowance is, it's just the amount of money you can have tax free every year.
Which is currently at
12 something.
5.
12.57, something like that.
Something like that.
Very inaccurate facts, boy.
That's why I said something like that.
The higher
additional
rate tax, which was 45% for anybody earning over 150k, has now been lowered to anyone earning 125k. So they're attacking like the air quote middle class, which is not who they should be going for.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I think it's mad.
Because basically how it works, right, is between like 120 and between 100 and like 125 or whatever it is, you basically end up paying 60% tax.
Yeah.
Because you lose your personal allowance.
Yeah.
And it's just like, so that group of people, they already are paying more tax. So it would have just made more sense to actually tax the super, super, super rich people. Like, obviously, people who earn 125k, they're not starving. But in terms of, from a policy perspective, it doesn't make any sense. It's like the government said, what can we do to avoid taxing these billionaires? Because we want them to like us. What can we do? And they literally, it's crazy. They could have just put it from 45 to 46. Would they die? Like, you're literally like, you have so much money, an extra 1% tax, it won't kill you. But
they're all wicked people.
Yeah.
It's not nice at all. And then energy cap is going up. So it's 3,000 now. I think it's the cap. Is it the cap?
It's not even a real. You know what? Martin Lewis is a real one. It's not even like a real cap. I thought it was like capped before at 2,500 or 2,000?
Yeah.
I thought it was capped, but it's not actually like you can't end up paying more any like for your energy. It's basically based on the average household and the average household spend. That's how the cap applies. So if you're an average household based on their calculations, then they estimate that you won't be paying above like 2,500 or 3,000. But obviously if you're like bigger, or if you can still use, do you know what I mean? You can still, depending on your usage, you can still end up paying more than that.
Yeah.
I feel like a broken record, but I really just don't understand where they expect us to get this money from.
Thin air.
Yeah,
Because the
literally.
personal allowance isn't going up, so really people are going to be paying more tax, everybody. And then we have
Cost of living.
just the cost of living going up in general. We've got real wages not rising with inflation.
Yeah.
And then when you put in energy and then this alleged council tax increase, we're looking at paying £2,000 to £3,000 extra a year after tax. What's that, 3,000 to 4,000 before tax? Where do people find an extra 4,000? Like, people are actually going to starve. Like, it's bad.
It's horrible.
It's not good.
I'm seeing a lot of like celebrities donating to people who need to keep like life support machines on, dialysis machines on, because they don't have the money. Food banks don't have enough food. This is the UK, you know.
When I heard that, I was genuinely like, "What is going on?"
Yeah.
Because some of the people that would have been donating to food banks will now need
They
food
can't
banks.
donate. Yeah. 100%.
I think it's absolute madness. I don't know how we got here. It's really scary.
It's very scary.
Yeah.
I feel like next year is just. I'm jumping on Lola's bandwagon now. Like, next year is gonna be bad.
Is that where we're at?
Yeah, I haven't started doing what's Lola's thinking about having
Doomsday planning.
Like, yeah, I haven't started that, but I
storing
can,
rice in the loft.
yeah,
Oh man, we have to cut that out. I don't want people to know I'm keeping my.
I definitely think that it's gonna be an interesting year for sure. Because they're saying recession.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah, and like the mortgage interest rates have gone up and things like that. Landlords are upset. Imagine as well, like you're a first time buyer and you just got all your deposit money together and stuff,
6%.
and then they
Scary
changed
stuff.
the interest rates to 6%.
Scary stuff.
Yeah, my mortgage is frozen until 2024. And I'm so happy. When I was doing it, I got like a 5-year fixed. And everyone's like, oh, go for two. Like, you might end up paying more. And I was like, let me just know what I'm paying. Do you get what I mean? And like now, 6%.
Yeah, I did a 5-year fix as well.
Good.
It's just crazy.
Good idea.
Autumn budget, y'all.
Sounds so depressing.
It is, isn't it?
I mean, is there any happy HR?
I
so
try not to think
depressing.
about those things, you know.
Same.
Yeah,
I feel like we have the privilege not to think about them. Some people literally can't stop.
I
thinking
know.
about
That's
That's
true. That's true.
But I mean, in general, like when things are like bad or just really depressing, I just try not to consume it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that.
it. Generally, your problems will go away if you ignore them.
Yeah. Don't open that fine letter, guys. Just,
It'll be fine.
yeah. I
pile
actually
up.
did that because me and my partner, we kept going through the Dartford Tunnel and forgetting to pay. And I
Why
just
don't you
hate
open
those
an
letters.
account?
Huh?
Just open an account.
Well, now we have.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I hate those letters, and then I finally decided to put in one of the like PCN code thingies, and then it had all the fines listed. I was like, oh my gosh! So yeah, I had to like pay like £200
Yeah.
instead of £2.50 each
That's
way.
actually mad.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's mad.
I feel like sometimes they should just accept that you're sorry, because
sometimes
obviously
they do.
I didn't
Yeah,
know.
no, sometimes
said-
they do.
That's what
Dartford
you-
charge
that's
is
what you
alright.
said
I've
about
said
the
sorry a
dark
few
charge.
times.
I was
Yeah.
about a dark charge. So in my borough, I went. There's I don't like Waze in it. Hopefully we never get some sort of sponsorship with Waze. Basically, I feel
I
like
like
Waze would do mad things. Google Maps will be up to date where
Yeah, I
like
Google Maps.
roads that are closed and stuff. So there's like a regular route that I drive, and Waze was telling me to go down a certain road, and then one day I got a ticket, and then the 3 came at once. I got 2 of them in one day. And basically, I'd been missing the sign because I was just following the sat nav. But basically, cars can't go through there between a certain time. And then now, I was basically driving. I found a new route via Waze, isn't it? And I was driving that route for basically like 3 or 4 weeks, like 2 to 3 times a week. So up to now, I've got 2 tickets. I've got 2 sets of 3, so I've got 6 tickets. And then I know from the date that the last one is, I still drove through there a few more times. So I'm awaiting more tickets. And even today, probably when I get home, I need to message them. I need to like appeal it and say, I'm just going to say I don't have the money.
You should just repeat it and
No, just say
say,
you
no
don't
one is
know.
this stupid,
Yeah.
guys. Like, look how many times I've done it.
I'm not gonna lie. I did that one.
didn't know.
Something like that happened before, and they said no. My brother doesn't pay. I'm literally gonna say I can't afford to pay this, and I'm gonna say I didn't know, and I just hope.
Are you sure they're gonna care if you can't afford to pay this?
If anything, it'll delay our pay.
I just be like,
And I'm expecting more. That's the problem. Because if it
Oh
was
my
just
gosh.
these 6, I would know. But it's literally, and it's like 6.
I would
could've
do
gone
what
on holiday.
Velisa's doing. Like, surely you have to understand. Like, this is not something that's
Yeah.
happening on purpose.
It depends. It depends on your borough. You know, some boroughs have money. If you live in, I don't. Thank God I don't. Not because I don't like the area, because the Croydon is bankrupt. Thank God I don't live in Croydon.
They're still bankrupt.
Oh, I don't know. But if you live in Croydon, they don't let tickets go for sure. They need the money.
I don't think they let anything go.
But the
Right
tickets,
now.
their tickets, they're only £40 though.
Is
Are
it?
they?
You get a parking tickets only £40. That's why they're broke. They're undercharged.
That's like when I went Southend and I didn't pay, and then it was
£30
like
tickets.
it was 25 if you paid like
Oh.
early, which was the same as what I would have paid if I paid to park because I was there the
Yeah.
whole day.
That's all right then.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, this is what out of London gets you.
I remember when I was in Coventry, it's £30.
Yeah,
Then
it's
it's just
calm.
like, that's calm.
Yeah,
Like, it's actually okay.
yeah.
It's just here in this UK,
Just in
in this
London.
London,
Yeah.
starting at £60 and £70.
I feel like we need some happy HR news.
Happy HR news. Well, I thought it would be good for us to discuss, you know, a particular part of the working world and being in HR based on the time of year it is. You know, Christmas is coming up, December, holiday times, time to relax, time for people to say, oh, you know, who's doing the graveyard shift of these days, but you're not really working.
Yeah.
Those times.
Just you know, have a body
Christmas
in the office.
party.
Yeah. So yeah, it's time for
Christmas
the
lunches.
Christmas parties. Yeah. I don't know if you guys saw what I reposted from our TikTok. Did you see it? I reposted somebody in Australia who's a HR professional, and she basically did a sound that said HR to co-workers just before the Christmas party. Don't fuck your co-workers.
Yeah, literally. It's just the what. It's like it's a nice time of year, but HR Christmas parties.
We're busy.
It's too busy.
But you know,
We're supposed
it's
to be
like
winding down.
guaranteed every single year.
If it's not a fight, it's a love
Sexual
triangle.
harassment.
Yeah,
Hey,
you've
Why
got-
some
though?
sort.
Why? Summer party and Christmas party. Why?
Alcohol.
It's alcohol. People
It's
don't know how to
alcohol.
behave. People don't know how to behave.
It's ridiculous though. Every year.
And also, I think companies encourage it. Like they literally like,
Wind
for
down.
all.
Enjoy.
Yeah.
yeah, like they would just give everyone so much alcohol. They actually expect you to get drunk.
Yeah.
Do you, as HR, do you attend your Christmas parties?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you go as an employee or?
I go as an employee and I actually try to close my eyes. Like if I see like it's really bad and I know there's duty of care, yeah. Obviously, if there's something really,
I don't think there is though.
if there's something really bad, obviously then you know I'll
hear it in
have
the
to
morning.
see it. Yeah, I'll see it in the morning. But if in terms of in real, I just try to close my eyes and I
Yeah.
like just blind to everything.
Foye?
I feel like every Christmas party I've been to, I've been able to just be normal employee, enjoy.
But you still get
And-
the issues after, right?
I get the issues after, but really and truly, I don't see them when I'm there because I don't go with my HR hat on. So I'm not trying to look for anything. I'm not trying to close my eyes from anything. I'm just trying to enjoy. So unless it's like an actual fight or something that's just so in your face, I genuinely haven't noticed anything.
It's not until
Nothing.
the aftermath when you get the emails
Yeah.
and stuff telling you that you
Yeah.
need to.
There's just
You're having to ask for
It's a-
CCTV.
yeah, you want people.
Child,
Yeah.
not
4K boy.
CCTV.
Yes.
But it's like you want people to have fun, but also like, okay, so here's an example. We had one party where one guy wanted to go and dance with one girl in a club setting. Cool. What he did was he got behind her and he started whining with her in a club setting.
It's
on
giving
you.
06.
What exactly? Like Kevin Little or something.
Back to my prom.
Literally, so he was trying to do that. He was black as well. But it's like,
So it was a cultural thing.
no, but
way
you
she
could say it's
said he was
cultural,
black
but
as
also
well.
what you're doing is you're rubbing your genitalia on your coworker.
Was she black?
Cultural for some people.
The coworker was black, but also didn't want it. So, like, do you know what I mean? Like, you can't do that. Like, if you're in a club and you spit, you can't do it with your coworker.
No, you
like,
can't.
people
You
are
can't.
actually mad.
Yeah.
But I think I'm not making
Don't say it's cultural.
Don't
Get
say
out of here,
don't.
man.
You can't run with that.
Get out.
No,
here.
I'm not
You
making.
can't run with that.
I'm not making an excuse because he shouldn't do it. You should always ask consent or look for a signal of consent.
Yeah.
But he basically did like what you see in a lot of black
Yeah.
clubs and environments
Yeah,
where they'll try their luck. The
But
girl
do that.
looks behind and she basically swivels. She's not interested, or she'll come closer.
Yeah. The thing is, this is what I mean about people and alcohol. We know how to code switch. It's not everything that we're taking from outside the workplace into inside the workplace. We know what we speak. Why is that what you're
You
bringing?
shouldn't be bringing
It's
that
true.
into work.
Don't bring that here. That's
Do you know what
nonsense.
song it was? Just out of interest.
No, I don't know what song it was.
I got a couple songs in my head.
No, but in my like, I know it wasn't, but in my head it was Kevin Little.
Oh gosh! And then you have to deal with that the next day.
Fun times.
Yeah, the worst ones for me that I've had in previous companies is when people don't remember. You are so drunk that you can't even tell
Some
me.
of them remember.
Sometimes it's easier to say I don't remember. You know.
Some of them remember. There was one where I had a guy who was shouting at this girl, "You're a whore."
Oh my
You're
gosh!
a whore, because she wouldn't have it from me. So because she doesn't like you, then she's a whore.
She's a whore.
But like the next day, he acted
typical.
like he didn't like. He was like, "Oh, did I do that?" I was like,
No,
I
but you know,
remember.
sometimes I get why you're acting like that, because it's so much more embarrassing to come and you know, face what you've actually done. You just have to be like, did I really do that?
I also feel like a lot of things that happen at a Christmas party get like a blight. Like they don't actually, even though you have to deal with it, a lot of it is like informally, because no one remembers anything. Like everyone was acting a fool. So it's hard to know, okay, what should you be taking very seriously, or like what is just people acting mad.
It's almost a given. I feel like companies try, because it's Christmas time, they almost are like saying, yeah, we don't have to go too hard. If something does pop up, they just try and just sweep it under the rug.
At the end of the year, no one can be bothered.
Keep it moving. Whereas if that same thing happened during the year,
Different approach.
get a lot more attention and a lot more like, this is just outrageous. We can't stand for this sort of thing. So
I had an employee make a disclosure to the CEO once at a Christmas party, and she cried. I just like, it's just like, if this is a time that you can make the disclosure, fine. But also now everyone's like, the CEO's like trying to sober up. Like everyone's just so drunk to be dealing with like all of that kind of stuff. Do you drink at a Christmas party?
Nowhere near as if I was outside. Yeah, I wouldn't. I just, not because I'm in HR, it's just because I'm not that comfortable. I'm just
Have
not
you
that
ever been
comfortable.
drunk at a work thing?
Not a work social, but I've gone out with work colleagues who are a lot closer to me, and
You know, I've never been drunk at any work. Same as you, Foye. Like a work setting, social. But if I've gone out with people from work who I actually like, then I can drink. Yeah.
Is that governed by like HR? Like, is it governed by a company policy? Because that's one of the questions that you always get. Because sometimes people will go out and it won't be a work related. Like, it won't.
Yeah.
Let's say
I hate those ones. It's always really tricky.
Yeah, it's like they went out and it wasn't like a company function, but it's all people from the company that went out from work, and then now something's happened, and usually the perpetrator or whoever's in the wrong is saying, "Oh yeah, but it wasn't like a work thing. Like, why did it include work?" But then I don't know what.
I just feel like if you're with work people, just know that anything that happens can get back to work.
Yeah.
And depending on what it is, you can face consequences because you're with work people. So there's a certain responsibility that comes with that. Like, I get
Definitely.
it being outside of work hours and it's not a work setting, but you still have to see these people. You still have to work with them. You still have to, they have to be able to respect you in a professional setting.
Yep.
So if you've now gone out with a group and you've smacked somebody's bum that you know you have to work with tomorrow, like, it's going to become a work issue.
And that's a common one as well.
Yeah, it's
It
very
is.
common.
Why do people like to smack bums at
I
Christmas?
don't know, but it's very common. So I feel like people should just be careful with the whole like drinks and Christmas parties and
Do
stuff.
you think there should be
And
boundaries when it comes to Christmas parties?
I think so.
Like what?
I think they should limit how much people can drink.
Nah, don't be that kind of HR person.
No, people take it too
No,
far.
people are
Like,
adults. Like, if you're,
Are they though?
yeah,
some
I mean,
people
adults
take
are
it
also
too
dumb.
far.
So, they are adults.
I don't think it should be like, 2 drinks and then that's it. But I do think there should be a limit. Because, for example, if you work for those companies where it's just free alcohol all
That's
night,
what it
by
usually
the
is.
time you hit your wave and you're feeling nice, you're not going to stop. You're going to keep going. And it might not be that you do something, but you might pass out, you might throw up. I just feel like there's a level of care that more companies should have when it comes to those sort of things.
Yeah,
And
no, I
also,
agree.
it's not everybody that goes to these things actually drinks. So then you've
That's
got
true.
people who are drinking, getting in people's faces, who are not that way inclined. I just think it just...
I just think that's life. Like, I feel like you just need to know how to manage yourself.
Nah,
And
man,
if
get
you-
out my face.
If you and if you can't, then do you know what I mean? There's always that person that drinks too much at a work thing, like, and then you just have to learn from it. Like, I don't know, like, that's very HR of you though. Oh, 2 drinks. I know you're not saying 2 drinks, but that is so HR of you. Like, oh, no spirits, just beer and wine. You know that HR of them.
A lot of people can't handle the browns and the kids.
No, it's valid. I think, okay, let's be very HR. Let's give like the things not to do
At the Christmas
At the
party.
Christmas party. Okay, I'll start. Don't kiss co-workers that you're not already kissing.
Don't confess your love to anyone
Oh,
or your
there's a lot of
fancy.
that.
Yeah, don't
there's
wait
a
till
lot
you're
of
drunk to
that.
say, oh yeah, I always see you around the office.
Yeah.
No, don't do it.
Don't make any
That could work for
advances
some people though.
to anyone, especially if you're like, what's that? If you're their superior.
None of that quid pro.
What?
Quid pro.
Oh,
Quid pro quo?
Quid, is it quid pro quid?
Something like that. I know what you mean.
yeah, don't do that, and also don't do it vice versa.
What, don't you to your manager?
Yeah.
Nah, fair.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think oh wait, this is don'ts.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or deuce.
A do would be to just be socially aware. Like, be socially aware of where you are and who you're with. Okay, I'm being very HR now, but
Also, yeah, you're right, because that's when you let stuff slip, with your mouth, and people are just like, ooh. Yeah, you got to be careful, especially managers.
yeah. But also, this sounds like a weird one. Don't talk about work.
Yeah, but that's when people will the most, and they let stuff slip.
That's what I'm saying. Don't do it.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't talk about work. That's how you'll end up telling someone you just met at a Christmas party that you don't like someone else. Then you find out
Yeah.
you find out the next day that they have a working or a close relationship with that person.
Or that you've been trying to get rid of someone, or the ones you just say it and you're just like, oh, now this person's trying to get rid of me.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
I've been approached actually at a Christmas party by people who are going through something with me, and they try to talk to me.
Don't
I hate
do that.
Yeah, don't do
I hate
that.
that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. I'm off duty.
Don't try to reconcile issues that may or may not exist. Like, reconcile them when you're sober. It means more.
Yeah, don't talk
Yeah,
to
don't do that.
me.
Don't try to bring your HR issues to HR during the party unless they are absolutely severe and cannot wait.
Yeah, as in it happened in that moment.
As in it's just happened and it's something that you're currently in like imminent danger, or there's an imminent threat to you. Otherwise, don't come and be doing, oh, I've got a HR issue. This person is upsetting me.
This is random, but Christmas parties, do you feel like they have to be inclusive? Or do you think it's like it should just be like a traditional British, you know, it's Christmas party, knees up.
But what about them? You mean
Everything, the music, the food, the alcohol,
No.
does it have to be inclusive?
oh, you go
The
first.
reason why I say no is that you cannot please every single. If you're gonna do that, you're not gonna end up having a Christmas party. Like, it's just not
Think
gonna
so?
happen. No, you can't please every single type of person. It's not possible.
But you,
But should it be
there's basics
inclusive?
that- yeah, definitely. But there's like a base of inclusivity. Is that right?
Yeah.
okay.
Do you get what I mean?
I
Yeah.
get where you're coming from. I feel like you can't please everyone in terms of what everyone's gonna want to listen to, the kind of like DJ, like the kind of food. But I feel like the bare minimum should be in place. Like, I feel like you should do something that involves food and drink, not
Yes,
just drink.
100%.
You should have, like, for instance, if you're doing food, you should cater to, you know, halal, kosher. There should be options.
vegetarians,
Vegans, like those kind of things should be in there. Do they get to choose what they eat? No. Do they get to choose what the DJ plays? No. It will be nice to have a DJ that can, I mean, and very, very few DJs really can, that can play different genres for different, you know, groups. But
That's very rare.
that's as inclusive as I think it gets. I don't think everyone needs to be able to be like, oh, well, this venue is kind of old, or this venue is a bit too young.
That's what I'm trying to say. You can't please
you just
everyone.
have to pick.
Okay, that's fair.
There's
Yeah.
a base, which I just think that's meet the base, and
Yeah,
then you're
everyone should be able to
okay.
attend and participate if they want to. So, for instance, like the halal food and stuff. But
Agreed.
in terms of, listen, company culture is a company culture. If you work with a bunch of, like, you know, 50-year-old men, then they might pick a 50-year-old men venue kind of thing, innit? And that's what it is, and it's not the hill that I would personally die on. And if your company is really young, and, you know, people are like between 25 and 30, and you're 45 and you're not enjoying it, then
Is what
it
it
is what it
is.
is.
I think that's fair.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think I agree with both of you. I think there needs to be a level of inclusivity when it comes to Christmas parties. I think DJs should just play the top 40, you know. That way you'll capture everything. You'll go from Olivia Rodrigo to Central C.
Yeah.
Literally, like you'll cover everything. So that's fine. But yeah, I agree with both of you. I think there's you just have to accept where you are.
And you know, sometimes it's actually okay to just be like, this isn't for me.
I rarely go Christmas
Like,
parties.
Because a lot of
Yeah,
people
can't
get
be bothered.
FOMO. I'm just like,
I don't get
but if you
FOMO.
know you're not going to enjoy it, or it's not inclusive enough for you, like, it's actually okay to just be like, I'm not going.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But also, people, even if you know
But
that you're not
sometimes
gonna
that's
enjoy
people's
it,
like that's their night out. Like that's actually on their social calendar.
it's the pity in your eyes for me. It's the pity in your eyes. You're saying sometimes that's their night out. These people are so pathetic. Like, it's genuine pity that I saw in your eyes. Like, you feel sorry for them.
Well,
Sometimes it's their night out.
it is their night out. It's on their social calendar. Like they're looking forward to it.
It's true. They got a pass from their wife or their husband.
Literally,
to be out late.
yeah.
They've sorted the childcare.
Yeah.
Their significant other ain't expecting them. The kids, someone putting the kids to bed.
Them ones that they don't even live in London, but Christmas parties in London. They got
get
a
a
hotel.
hotel.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what. Listen, the hotel
The
Christmas parties
hotels.
are the worst because that one for sure there's gonna be issue. Drug taking.
Oh, do you know what? If you've been listening to the pod, you know exactly which workplace I'm talking about. Yeah. The Christmas party that I went to, this was my first time actually seeing people take drugs and seeing the effect that it has. I had no idea, for example,
Have you watched it in movies?
if you take cocaine, you grind the back of your, yeah. I just see people walking out one by one out of the toilet, and I see that happening, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. Like, it was like, even I don't even certain people I saw smoking that I didn't know smoked, which, you know, if you want to smoke and make your lungs black, that's fine. But I just didn't know that it was a thing. Like, you know, when you just see people in a different light, I was genuinely shocked. Even the senior leaders, like some of them were on stuff. I don't know what, but they were on stuff. And I was just like, I feel like I was just, I just felt like I was tripping out.
But I'm honestly, yeah. One time I overheard someone saying, "Oh, Christmas party's gonna be good food, good bands. We're gonna get a mountain of cocaine," and they didn't know I was there.
Mountain?
Yeah, they said a mountain of cocaine, and then I just like I was trying to be like calm, and then they saw me and they was like, oh, "Obviously, we're just joking." Ha 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 ha. I was like, "You're not joking.
No,
you're gonna sniff. You're gonna
That's
climb
mad.
You're gonna climb that Everest.
I think
cocaine Everest.
I think it's crazy that people take drugs at Christmas parties. I think
Yeah.
that's madness.
But
It
it's
is.
because they're on a night out, and when they're on a night out, normally
That's what they
as
do.
you said, they take drugs. Yeah.
That's mad.
I
I don't take drugs on the night out.
No, obviously not me and you. But other people, these people, they
No,
take
they
drugs.
do. They do. It's
Take
mad.
drugs.
It's mad.
It is.
It's mad. Don't do drugs at the Christmas party. That's
That
not
is a big one.
Please
Yeah,
don't.
don't do drugs
Don't.
at a Christmas party.
Because if you risk it and you get caught, well,
It's not even getting caught. It's more just the impact that it can have. Like people that just do dumb things, and like it's even the talking more than the actual actions or the physical things that happen. People just say dumb things. I work somewhere where someone's like, "Okay, I'm gonna quit," and then their manager heard, and then their manager texts them, "I accept your resignation."
no.
I swear to God, like because the person was drunk, the manager was drunk. Like
Oh my gosh.
it's just a recipe for disaster.
It is.
Just know everyone's off duty at the Christmas party. That's basically why things happen.
What
Everyone's
about
off
the day
duty.
after the Christmas party? Like if it's not on a Friday, what's your thoughts on like working the day after, taking it off, coming in, or you're not going to do any work, or like what's the situation?
The
I
day
don't
is
care.
a write-off.
Yeah, I don't care. I feel like everyone knows the day after the Christmas party, no one's doing
Yeah.
much.
You're either working from home or you're logging in late or
Mm.
coming in. And I feel like if a company is not okay with that,
They have
I
to do it on a
don't-
Friday.
Don't have one or do
Why
it
are
on a
you
Friday.
doing that? Exactly.
No, they have to do it on a Friday, but no one wants to pay Friday money.
well then
You have to just accept
you
that.
can't be mad.
That's a good point. I never thought of that.
Yeah, that's what they do on like people do a Christmas party on a Tuesday. Like you know
I think
that
it depends on the type of company you work for.
if you work for a broke company, they're definitely doing a Christmas party on a Monday. I've been there. Before COVID, we used to say like the only rule for the day after Christmas parties, you just have to get to work at a reasonable time. Everyone accepts that when you get in, you're not going to do nothing.
Yeah.
But you need to be in before 10 o'clock. And then someone will usually get
That's
breakfast.
harsh though.
10 o'clock.
That's harsh. If you are hanging from the night before,
Now you just work from
That's
home.
true.
But back in the day, getting in by 10 o'clock after the Christmas party, if you can't do it, you have to take the day off, which no one wants to do.
Bruh.
Back in the day, I used to organise the Christmas party.
Or as
So-
a HR person.
Yeah.
Because
Like
you
I
like
said, that's
to.
not a HR
That's the HR
responsibility.
bitch.
Literally.
Yeah, I really, this is actually a public service announcement. HR is not responsible for organising the Christmas party or
not.
organising social events. We actually have work to do.
Well,
Like-
people think it is part of our work.
It's
Yeah.
not.
I did enjoy the food tasting though.
Yeah, and
You're
I
not
enjoyed
supporting what
looking
I'm
at
saying.
venues. I actually enjoyed looking at venues.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's not
Yeah,
our
thank
job.
you. Come back,
Yeah,
come
yeah,
back,
no,
come
it's
back.
not our
Don't let
job.
them sway you. Don't let them sway
Yeah, that's that extra stuff they
It
try
was
to
fun.
slip in.
It was fun though.
Yeah, when you're like more junior.
I was.
Yeah, same. Like I feel like it makes
It's
it.
like a lot of pressure as well.
No, I felt like a big girl.
No, I wasn't
like,
doing
you
it
know, like a
completely
DJ
on my
that
own.
everybody likes and stuff like that.
No, you,
No.
well, you gotta just let the people, the majority,
Yeah.
say give what they want.
I
I
worked
was
in,
like knowing the budget and like, oh okay,
Yeah,
calling up
yeah.
venues.
and it
Can
costs
we
so
go and
much
view it?
money as
It's
well.
expensive.
Christmas parties cost a lot
Very
of money.
expensive.
So much money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
Per head. Depends on how much the company wants to spend per head on the meal.
fun
That's
fact:
drinks.
There's a Christmas party exemption in tax law. So you can pay up to £150 per person per year towards like a big function, which is usually the Christmas party, and not have to pay tax on it.
Is it?
Oh.
Yeah, so they can like up to 150, anything over £150 per head. In theory, it should be taxable, but there's ways to like obviously like pay the tax on employees' behalf. But
But yeah, Christmas parties are really expensive. I haven't been to one in a long time.
Because of COVID.
Yeah, since 2019. That was the last one I went to. It was all right though.
Do you know what I prefer? I actually prefer Christmas lunches with my team. I prefer that
that's
over
nice.
Christmas.
Oh
party.
yeah, that's nice.
I love Christmas.
I prefer that.
Like,
Do you
just
know
that time
what?
of year.
Secret Santa.
Obviously, like I started a new job, but my team is in the US.
Oh.
Yeah, so now you said that, I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah, I'm not gonna have a Christmas lunch.
No, but you know they always have that. Respectfully, they always have that one, which is like that one, which is they just put all the odds and sods together, or they attach you to another team.
Yeah,
It's
that's
another
true.
team,
That's
so that you
true.
can go. You're gonna be the homeless person.
If we can all come in at the same time. I went in today, there's no one there.
People, what I've discovered over the last like year and a half is that even people that don't come in, when it comes to party,
They'll be there.
yeah, people that I just
They'll
can't,
come
the
in for
transport
that
doesn't
day.
work. Like, you know, even those people that say, even the people that in 2021, there were people that said they couldn't come back into the office because they were too scared, and they was like,
Oh yeah, yeah.
They'll make
yeah,
it.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
had
They
a
come
summer
in and work
party.
that day.
We had a summer party and they came. Like,
Yeah.
when I say summer party, obviously lots of people dancing, not like inside, staying in hotels. These people haven't been to the office in over a year because
Yeah.
they were too scared to get on public transport or to come in. When it came to party, they were there. I said, no, you people are really showing your asses
That's
today.
hilarious.
And then they went back to, sorry, I'm too scared to come to the
That's so
Oh
funny.
gosh. But yeah, Christmas party, just be careful everyone if you go. I feel like I know a lot of people who don't go to their Christmas party, but
Yeah.
I always go. I feel like that's quite a big thing not to go to.
you think so?
don't
Someone
think
asked
it's a
me
big
today
thing.
actually. I was like, no, I'm not going.
I don't think it's a big thing not to go. I
I
wouldn't
just-
go if I didn't like. If I was anti at work, I wouldn't go, and I wouldn't
If you
care.
didn't usually go to socials.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
genuinely would be fine with it.
I feel like people make it like, I don't know, I feel like Christmas party is one where there's so much peer pressure around because of what you said. Like, people were like, this their night out and they want everyone to come, and then even people find like the after party and like it's just a lot. Like, I think there can be a lot of peer pressure around the Christmas party.
I just don't like the awkwardness of so many people being around me and I don't know who they are. That doesn't sit with maybe it's, I don't know if it's the south of me, but I just don't like it. It just makes me feel really on edge.
Yeah.
I prefer to be in environments where like I know that I know people there.
Yeah.
It just makes
Yeah.
me feel a bit more comfortable.
Oh, you have to, for you to really enjoy a Christmas party, you have to have your people. Like, the people that enjoy the Christmas party the most are, you know, like the girlies who like they've decided what they were wearing in September.
Yeah.
They said, okay, yeah, where are we going to get ready?
Yeah.
They get ready at work. Someone brings the curling tongs.
Yeah.
They're putting on their makeup. They
Yeah.
spend 3 hours, like,
That's
getting
not
ready.
me. Like the last Christmas party I went to, I only went because we could invite plus ones that were not from work.
Oh, that's nice.
And my friend just really wanted to see what it was like to go to a Facebook Christmas party.
That's nice.
So that's the only
Do
reason.
people usually bring their partner or they bring anybody?
Most people bring their partners, yeah, but I brought my friend to it. It was Melvin and Ricky DJ'd and stuff, so it was really cool. And there was loads of like food stations.
That was going to be my next question. Was do you feel like a lot of Christmas parties exclude certain type of people?
That's why I asked the question
I
about
know.
inclusivity.
But when you said that, did you mean, I'm talking more like race now, I guess?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Because I feel like that's not even one that's on the agenda. Like when they're thinking about
Absolutely not.
inclusivity, they're not thinking, oh, how do we make black people feel more comfortable coming to the
definitely
Christmas
not.
party?
There's so many things they could do that they're not thinking about.
The worst one, yeah, is, you know, like, it's just, obviously sometimes they try to put a little urban music in there, but you know the one when everyone's jumping, come on Eileen, and it's just like, not for me. Do you know when they're like, I just don't like everyone, unless it's Wonderwall, you can just drop me out. Wonderwall, I can sway with you in it, but everything
Yeah.
else is just like, that's the part where you think, why am I here?
But I prefer to hear that music at the
Do you prefer to hear it?
do you know
I know
why?
what you're
Because
gonna say.
at the
Yeah.
FB one, obviously it was Ricky and Melvin from One Extra, so they played a lot of urban music, but they did not.
You have to play radio edit,
They
man.
didn't play the radio edit.
Oh.
So it was like now I'm looking around like, okay,
You're on
Say
patrol.
it.
yeah,
You're on
say
patrol.
it, go
I
on.
dare you.
Get me my money so that I can leave. Like, say it.
Did you see the videos from the Kendrick Lamar concert?
I hate to. Okay, now this is me just going off on a tangent, and it's nothing to do with HR, but I feel like there's a responsibility on all these rappers who, when you get to a certain point and you look out into the crowd and you don't see us anymore, stop saying that word in your songs. Stormzy, stop saying it. We don't. You look into that crowd, you do not see us. You don't see us. So why do you still say it in your music, knowing who's gonna say
as
it?
much as I like Stormzy, he's actually quite problematic when it comes. Like he
says it so much.
He's very also like, oh no, don't worry about it, it's fine. Like Ed Sheeran would never, but I can imagine Stormzy being, oh, it's cool, Ed.
Stormzy,
what I mean?
Drake, all even now I'm really going off on one. This is why I think I'll get cancelled if we just had a normal.
No, you
podcast.
100%
But
would.
people like Sweetie, who you're mixed race and you're still saying
Doja.
stop, because now people who tan and look like you because they tan think they can also go and say it.
It's a problem.
When you look out into see your audience and you don't see us, just stop.
I worked in an office, like I worked at a company where there was like different offices, one in London, one in Manchester, all this, and I obviously worked in the London office mostly, so that we had like, mine was the head office, so had all of the like the older, the CFO, the CEO, you know, all of that. Like it was just a bit more mature vibe. The office in Manchester had a much younger demographic, and I remember the first time I went there, they were playing like all this like, you know, UK music, like, you know, when it's like your J Hus or your like Kojo Funds or whatever.
Kojo Funds.
And no, but back then, do you know what I mean? And when it was like, I went there and it's like, wow, they're listening to all this UK music, and there's a lot of that in there too, and they're playing it loud in the office, and people are like, oh yeah, put that, you know, put that song on, put this song on, and the song that you're asking for is littered with the N word.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's mad because obviously there was no like any black, well, there was one mixed race person in the office and everyone else just sitting there listening to it, and I'm sat there like, how do you guys, they're listening to it on a daily basis, I'm here visiting for the day and I'm so uncomfortable.
That's why I don't want to hear it at the Christmas party.
But you're uncomfortable because you're black.
Yeah, but how are they
They're
just
not uncomfortable.
It's not like it's not even like they're singing along, but just
No, I
hearing
know.
that word in
Yeah.
the office, like I can just sit there feeling it getting normalized around me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's why I don't
that's
want to
it.
hear it at the Christmas parties, because like I don't want to see what you lot do in your bedrooms and in your car. Like I don't even want to see you bounce your head to the words. I don't want to see it. Like they play, you know that song by Chris Brown, "What Up, Ma."
Yeah.
Yeah.
That song is so triggering to me.
The one that has, is that the one that has the
I woke
woke
up
up
dance. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just, yeah, it's very problematic. I actually think when companies that play music in the office, they need to be careful of that as well. Everyone's always getting onto Meghan Trainor, but that's her niche, isn't it? Meghan Trainor makes unproblematic music that you can listen to.
I can have my Gucci.
Yeah, in H&M, where you can hear in the office, innit? Like you need to be putting on some Meghan Trainor or some John Legend. You know, the unproblematic
Literally,
artists.
just ones that you know. It's like a kids' party where you know you can rest
exactly.
and you don't have to skip.
Exactly.
That's why you just have to put the radio on.
Yeah.
You just have to go with the radio.
Yeah, but radio edits. I feel like if people, I mean, I still will feel a little bit uncomfortable, but obviously it's not only black people that listen to that music. But so radio edits at a Christmas party are a must.
And especially obviously when you include alcohol, people who know that
Hey.
Oh
just lose
my
it.
gosh.
They even come and find you to say
Yeah,
it.
to
Oh
say
yeah, yeah.
Look at you in your eye.
Look at you in your eye. And they'll say it like, no way.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
We're almost at time.
Yeah.
Well, we are at time.
On that note,
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas
Enjoy the Christmas party.
and a Happy New Year.
We should get like an advent calendar or something, and then every week we can eat.
Oh, I was gonna say we should get a beauty one.
A beauty one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you know what? Yeah, and like the beauty advent calendars, I feel like they always get bad reviews. It'll be like, obviously she's not relevant anymore, but what's that girl? Since she brought one out that was dragged all over like 5 years ago, Zoella.
Oh, Zoella. How is she?
I remember she brought out. She said, "How is she?" She brought out an advent calendar, and I swear, in one of the it was so bad. There was like a nail polish, a comb, it was like £40.
Yeah, but if you're setting yourself up for failure with a Zoella,
nah, but that's what I mean. let them bring out the Nella Rose advent.
Oh, that would be
calendar.
cute.
You get what I mean? I feel like I could see that, or India.
oh, that would be
Yeah.
I
cute.
feel like I need to go buy her eyelashes, but they got sold out. So
They did. That's cute.
Oh, I'm happy for her.
yeah, same.
Her and Dummy have moved in together.
I
That's
know. I know.
so sweet. We've really
Cute.
digressed.
Yeah,
And the other couple's not together anymore.
Good.
that couple was never good. They were going nowhere for us.
Crazy.
But
Couple.
they
Delete
were
your
really thinking
pictures.
they
It's
should
done.
win. All right, Velisa.
Sorry.
Eventually, we'll have India on the pod anyway, so we can tell her how much we like her.
Yeah.
Manifesting.
You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
We'll have Dami if he wants to come as well.
Huh?
We'll have Dami if sometimes they come as a pair.
That's true. Like the Bumble thing.
That was cute.
It was cute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure they got paid for that.
Yeah, they
They have
must
to get
have.
paid.
Yeah.
I don't want my good sis and bro working for free.
You're gonna pay them to come on the pod?
Listen, this is more charity work. Like you see, somebody I've met some girl. Shout out! This week I met 2 people. Or since the last time we filmed, I've had 2 people come up to me and say that they listen to the pod.
That
And
is
I love
so
that part.
sweet.
And they were super sweet, super complimentary. One person said she listens to it as her CPD.
I know, that was so
That
cute
is
when
really
you said
sweet.
that.
So shout out the CPD crew.
I mean, the
And
fact
then we,
that
then we
accredited.
then we release an episode like this.
Shout out the CPD crew. We need to find a way to get ourselves accredited or something. Like,
We do.
we can come, so you can listen to us at work and say that it's work.
It's work.
It is though. You know,
Yeah,
exposing yourself.
She said
to...
the person that said she listened to a CPD, she's an apprentice,
Aw.
and she said that she has learned so much.
Oh,
I love that.
Yeah, same. I love that for us. So shout out
That's
the CPD
cute.
crew.
Yeah, thank you.
share, like, comment, subscribe on all platforms, and thanks for all the love and support.
That's a wrap, guys.